nag-file po this morning ang kampo ni Acting Davao Mayor Sebastian Duterte ng kidnapping, arbitrary detention, and other cases against you sa Ombudsman. And yung iba pa po natin kasama doon po sa pag-enforce ng arrest warrant kay dating Pangulong Duterte. Your reaction to this po?
Ano yan, pending na nga yan sa Supreme Court sa certiorari case na finay nila. So, it's really forum shopping. And it's meant to actually to try to shoot down my aspiration to be the ombudsman of this country.
Opo. Sir, what do you make of the timing? Kasi they could have
Kaya
filed...
talaga yan, they're really timing it in that way that will make it impossible for, they want to make it impossible for the JPC to get the requirements that they have to submit. And ganun talaga yan. It's really an organized effort for them to shoot down my candidacy as ombudsman.
So will it shoot down, sir? May effect po
No,
ba yan sa
I think that we
clearance?
can still prevail. I think the truth is on my side. And wala, just let it be. I will roll with the punches.
May effect po ba yan sa clearance ng ombudsman?
Hindi, exactly what I want to happen. And I think that the JPC can see through this kind of acts that is being perpetrated by the opposite political camp.
Sir,
They're making it into a political spectacle, which should not be, because we just want to apply for an office that needs a vigorous leader.
Pero as of now, sir, wala pa pong clearance from the ombudsman.
Wala pa. It was supposed to be given, but the MR was filed by Senator Marcos. But it's part and parcel of what we have to go through in the process of application.
Sir, hanggang kailan po ba yung deadline na binigay sa atin ng JPC?
Actually, the JPC will be deliberating very soon. I don't know the specific date, but I think that I will have to submit, or I will have to submit something by the end of this week.
So is the president bound by the shortlist by the JPC?
I don't know. I don't think so. The president can actually ask them to submit a long list or reopen the application process if necessary. So, ano yan, it does not limit the president's choices.
change topic, guys. Sir, flood control.
Okay.
Si Senator Marcoleta in a press conference just this morning, sinabi po niya i-confront daw po niya kayo regarding
Actually, gusto ko tanongin sa kanya kung siya recording ng usapan namin. Kasi we spoke on the phone for a few minutes. And that is not supposed to mean that I already committed to make a state witness somebody I've never met in my life. Siyempre, ano yan, this is serious business. So, I hope that he has a recording of what we talked about. Because, look, there's a 15-year history from the person of the contractor. We have to have a forensic accounting of everything that's happened. We have to evaluate the readiness of the person to be a state witness. We have to look at the whole truth and veracity of all the statements made. You do not create a state witness just like that. It doesn't happen that way, that because somebody asked you and you're good friends, that it will happen already. It has to go through a process of evaluation.
Sir, sinasabi din po niya wala daw po sa batas yung restitution na requirement.
It doesn't have to be in the law. We have our own standards to set when it comes to the application of people who want to be state witnesses. Definitely, there are many things that we have to consider when we want the person to be a state witness. The first question is, are they telling the whole truth? Yun muna yung tatanungin mo. That's why you have to study everything. You have to evaluate the record. You have to look at the record as contractors. You have to look at where they've gone through and what they're saying and how credible it is. I cannot take it from somebody that porque hiningi, ibibigay ko na. Hindi po yun, wala po sa power kayo. Hindi po ganun ng Witness Protection Program. It does not emanate from a request of the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee and saying, parang gawin mo itong state witness. It cannot happen that way.
Opo. Sir,
It's a process. We have to follow a process of evaluation also.
Sir, nakausap niyo na po ba ulit si Senator Marcoleta?
Hindi ba? But I hope he has a recording of our conversation para madali nang makita talaga yung pinag-usapan namin. Kasi I cannot say that I promise something that I cannot deliver.
So it's not unknown naman, sir. Hindi naman kayo talaga
No,
tumatakbo.
alam mo, open tayo eh. When the people request, okay, we'll consider it, we'll help. But does it have to be a commitment against all other interests in the country? When we have to consider whether the person is telling the truth, dapat yan, bigyan niya kami ng chance naman, out of respect, na may evaluate namin yung tao. Di ba? Hindi ko nangyayaring ganun-ganun.
Sir, dun sa least guilty requirement, pwede ba i-quantify yun ng kung sino nakatanggap ng pinakamalaki dun sa per contract?
Kaya nga hindi tayo pwede mag-evaluate ka agad kung sino ang magiging state witness eh. Are we operating on a conspiracy theory? Was it a conspiracy between government, agencies? Is it the DPWH and Congress or the Senate and the contractor? We have to find out first the elements of the crime before we make judgment on the readiness to become a state witness. Diba? Hindi naman ganun kadali.
Sir, on the investigation naman po on the side of the DOJ, dito nga po sa mga flood control projects, medyo nabanggit nyo na po na may initial findings na po kayo na ipinadala sa inyo ang NBI. Can you tell us more about this pa po?
Meron lang nakita na they just validated the information of 3 ghost projects that they found within the coordinates given in the Sumbumukay Pangulo website. Ando na yung tatlong coordinates of 3 ghost projects. So they're just tying up the loose ends so that we can find case on that.
Sir, ano po yung nakita nila or
Ghost
hindi
project.
hindi po nakita?
Hindi nakita.
Opo.
Projects that didn't exist sa first district ng Bulacan.
Opo. Sir, gaano kalawak, gaano karami yung nakikita ninyong
On average, that would be 300 million at 100 million per district per project package. Kasi parang naging pattern na 96 million, 97 million, 100 million, 95 million, naging pattern na yan. So if you talk about 3 packages, then that's around 300 million.
Opo. Sir, ano po yung kakaharapin nito pong mga kakasuhan natin or irereklamo for this?
We will throw the whole book at these people. Everything that we know about prosecuting crimes against the people. And ito eh, iba na ito, this level of graft and corruption is unprecedented. We just have to do something about it. And we will pursue it.
Sir, you mentioned almost 100 million yung isang project. So,
Isang package.
Isang po.
Kasi parang gano'n ang nakikita kong pattern sa DPWH so far.
Opo. So, plunder, sir? Are we seeing
Plunder
that?
is one of them. Actually, if you want to make it easier, malversation. Malversation might be the easier one to prove. Because plunder has many requirements. And malversation, with the same effect, in terms of penalty, malversation might be the better crime to charge.
Sir,
Plunder
contractor,
can be as an alternative prayer, but malversation would be the easier one to prove in a court of law.
sir, ano po ba yung penalty sa malversation?
Life imprisonment was above 8.8 million pesos.
Opo. Sir, damay po ba dito hindi lang
Kasi wala na
contractor?
tayong capital punishment, so it's life imprisonment. Reclusion perpetual.
Opo. Sir, sino-sino po yung nakikita na natin na irereklamo po?
Wala pa akong conclusion. But definitely, we're looking at the conspiracy angle, if we will adopt it, but we're looking at the different liabilities of each party. Kasi meron kang DPWH, meron kang contractor, in between a politician, and we will have to look at it completely. And there are other laws that we can put into play about how we deal with graft cases.
Sir, yung politicians, sir, definitely po ba or nakikita na natin maisasabit na natin po dito sa mga reklamo?
It's very possible, but we will have to do a lot of forensic accounting. Hindi naman to nakukuha sa isang tingin, pinag-aalala mo talaga yung terrain, pinag-aalala mo talaga yung movement ng pera. Marami kang pag-aalala dito.
Sir, pinangalanan na po ni Presidente yung maging chairman ng Independent Commission.
Yes.
Paano po ba yung magiging trabaho ng DOJ in relation?
Well, actually, ano yan eh, the way that I see this independent commission, it's going to help the DOJ and the Ombudsman come up with the evidence needed for any prosecution. It does not stop the working of the Office of the Ombudsman nor of the DOJ. It just supplements its work. It supplements and complements the work of the DOJ and the Office of the Ombudsman.
Ultimately, DOJ and Ombudsman yung magpa-file ng mga
Yes,
kaso.
yes.
Sir, pag bribery ba, kailangan talaga kasama yung mga biska? Kung sakaling yun ang kaso, ha?
Pag ano?
Pag bribery sir ang kaso, saka...
Ano, jurisdictional kasi yan. May mga cases talaga that falls under that is delegated to the Ombudsman by virtue of a memorandum of agreement between the DOJ and the Office of the Ombudsman. Kaya, depende yan. Depende yan, ano, salary grade. Marami yan, mga factors that you consider for it to be under the DOJ or for the Ombudsman. And among them will be the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, or Republic Act 3019, or the Revised Penal Code, or both. So that is how we look at the balance between the prosecution body, whether it's going to be the Office of the Special Prosecutor and the Ombudsman, or whether it's going to be the DOJ.
Sir, may bago pong lumalapit na state witness aside from this guy.
So far, wala nga. This weekend was a little quiet. But I think that is because people are strategizing. They want to know where they stand and how things will turn out in the investigations. But there will be whistleblowers, I'm sure. There will be whistleblowers.
Sir, anong update dun sa yung dati na lumapit sa inyo yung lawyer?
Wala pa eh. Actually, hindi natuloy. Yung lawyer, hindi ko rin na nakita ulit eh. But I saw my friend who introduced me to the lawyer, and I was asking him. Sabi niya, well, we'll work on it again. Kasi nga, parang na-expose na yata yung company. So far, lumalabas na yung pangalan ng company na was or is liable for many of these shenanigans.
Sir, sorry, dun sa tatlong projects pala, ghost projects sa First District ng Bulacan, iisa lang po ba yung contractor nitong tatlong to?
Parang isa lang. Isa.
Hindi ba?
Yeah, one or two lang. One or two. The most common names that come out in any of the investigations is the same. Hindi naman magbabago yan eh. Hindi magbabago yan.
Sir, yung location mismo sa Bulacan?
Yung nga, yung coordinates ka na pinag-aralan ng NBI team, talagang nakita talaga. They went to the coordinates and they saw the projects. I have no specific output yet on that, but we will do something about it.
Sir, mga how soon are you seeing na makakapag-file na po tayo ng mga reklamo?
Well, if you just put them as John Does with no suspects on some sites, mabilis yan. But I'd rather that it undergoes preliminary investigations para maisala at maihanda yung kaso. Kasi ang theory natin dito, and the better practice is, we prepare for the case, we have the evidence. When we file the case, we're ready for trial. That's the strategy that we want to implement. Kasi nga, when you're ready for trial, you can ask for continuous trial so that you can present all your evidence immediately. Para yung mga sinasabi nila na delay in administration of justice, hindi lalabas para mabilis ang takbo ng justice. Okay?
Sir,
Si Sir Chavi pumunta.
Yeah.
Ano po yung sadya?
Well, it's something personal. He was telling me about the incidents in his cases with the PCGG and other issues. And I made sure that when I talk to people, kasi lagi ko kasama staff, so that they're able to witness any conversation that I have with people.
Sir, i-update po kayo rin na ba? Nasa Malaysia pala po na siya.
Wala pa akong update. Wala pa akong report na nakauwi na siya. Wala pa akong report.
Pero alam po natin yung whereabouts.
She's in touch with some of our people. With the NBI actually.